Is that lighting better? Worried about this. So, crowdsourcing science and getting paid for it. How would that work? Getting shekels for it. One of the challenges in science is communicating science, right? And inside of that communication is the display of tools that most people aren't familiar with, and they are awed by them. The satellites, the whatever instruments that measure things precisely, and the information we gain from them. So this is, science is truly a form of crowdsourcing. Very structured, can be very intolerant of external pushes, but that's what science is and does, and plods along through its own business and ours. So what would crowdsourcing have to do with this? There are a number I'm familiar with, I think 6 or 7. I just don't have the computer to play with them. Open source type of crowd-driven activities where people log on somewhere and do something, or their computer sits, and when it's idle, it does something for someone else. This is a type of crowdsourcing. It's getting computer time from idle computers. It's time sharing, which if you go back into the history of EDS, that was the basis of their creation, was time sharing idle computer time. Lots of money in it. They're a good employer and a bad employer. So crowdsourcing, crowd jobs, these are environmental jobs to my mind. These are using some of the tools that science and universities had and releasing them out to the public to analyze data. Imagine 1,000 people looking at a country, the visualizations of a country, whether it's pollution or air or chemistry or water flows or hydro. These tools are out there. They're buried mostly inside of commercial places, like the tool that created the design for the COVID-19 vaccine resides in Walter Reed Army Hospital. That tool can test other designs to see if they might fit into the equations that tool uses as well. So who gets to play with those? Qualified professionals that are privileged enough to be near it. See, there's a qualifier on all of this stuff. It's having a need to be there, because being there is so valuable that somebody else wants to be there besides you. So crowds, what would this be? You would simply log onto your computer and find an application and follow a simple set of rules and guidelines. And when you see something, you say something, and you log it onto the computer. So, simple, sounds simple, but behind that are applications and software licenses and patents and copyrights and trade rights and trade secrets. Behind that would be access to information databases people can only dream of. So it would need support people to build subsets of data too big to access. How things could work. The work from home opportunity. The opportunities there are huge, but unless somebody can figure out how to monetize it, they aren't interested. Unless somebody knows what these tools might even be, they can't conceptualize this. And without wanting to get filthy rich, they won't bother to do it. Peace is out. I wish the new administration much luck.